Rants the Boys, the only boys podcast that still can't figure out this whole one episode equals one podcast thing. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and with me is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Yeah, we failed spectacularly at that.
We did it again. And expect for it to happen possibly for the rest of the season.
God, Jesus Christ, the last episode is probably going to be 3 parts.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll try not to, but yeah, if it does, it does. But we did all the summaries and writers and directors and all that jazz last week, so at least now we can just go straight into it and start with the boys' side of things, where for them it's that scene that's the kind of back and forth about V1.
Oh, yeah,
because they all want to know why Soldier Boy is still alive.
They've seen
fancy silly medal
news broadcast of Soldier Boy being welcomed in as number 2 on the 7, and turn to Samir, who's freaking out, and he's like, shit, and he goes back through the files, and he's like, oh, fuck, he has V1. And then he gives us the cool little science graphic of this is what Compound V looks like, and it's all spiky, and the virus works by velcroing to those.
Yeah.
But V1 is smooth, so there's nothing for the virus to stick to.
Yeah, there's nothing for it to attach to. Well, before he gives that explanation, Butcher asks him why didn't it work? Like, why didn't you take that into account? And he responds with, well, there's no more V1 around.
Yeah, the last one we knew about was
and Soldier Boy
potentially Stormfront.
Well, no, but I think he just says there's none of it in circulation, and I thought Soldier Boy was dead.
Yeah.
And the kind of rest of them were like, yeah, we all thought that too.
Yeah.
Except for Butcher. So
who knew?
That's kind of on him.
Yeah.
Is it Kimiko then says that, I can't remember what exactly it is Kimiko says when they're talking about what to do next.
Yeah.
But Butcher responds by saying, I agree with you, and saying that they should
she's like, kill him. We need to attack him.
I don't think she says that, because that's what Butcher's response is we need to attack him right away with the virus before he finds any V1. And she's like, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Hughie steps in then to say that even if you do it now, is Homelander not just going to fuck off into space? Like, you know, nobody's seeing him outside the tower in weeks. And yeah, if you release it, he'll just fuck off into space and come back down when it's all over. Can Homelander go into space? Have we established that yet?
I don't know, but he could get up high enough.
He could probably get up high enough that he could get away from it.
Yeah.
But I think he still needs to breathe.
Yeah.
I don't think he can actually... I know in the season 5 promo stuff, you see him in space.
But
I don't think it's happened yet.
No.
But yeah, so the gang are worried about Homelander getting V1 first and foremost.
Yeah, because they're like,
Butcher is worried about killing Homelander before he finds the V1.
Because then he's going to be immortal, and is just having a breakdown. He's found out that Soldier Boy is basically immortal.
Yeah.
And he just starts to laugh. And Butcher just very surreptitiously passes him a hip flask, and he just unscrews it and takes a big old swig.
The laugh was great.
Him, like, he really, really thought he'd won.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. The laugh was great, but it was so uncharacteristic for that it was immediately jarring. And when I say like, yeah, exactly, in a red flag way, not in an uncharacteristic because that character would never do that, like bad writing way. Just in a this man is seriously fucked up by this.
Batman timeline, Flashpoint.
What about it?
Bruce Wayne's mom.
Laughing. Oh yeah, no, it's just
her losing her mind.
Yeah, it's that kind of a laugh, and it's like, oh shit, that's not good. MM's not in a good place at all. But yeah, so Hughie's argument against Butcher kind of works where he says, like, look, unless you have a way to get him out,
he's not going to come out for anything.
He's not going to come out for anything else, and that's, I'm guessing, where Butcher decides that he's going to go and track down Ryan.
Yeah,
the rest of the gang are going to try and figure out what they can about V1, and Annie says that she has.
Leave it with me.
Yeah, she knows where to start.
So they split up to kind of go and do various things.
Everybody but Butcher basically heads off, and Butcher follows them anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all head off and go to a warehouse. And I was like, that looks suspiciously familiar, but I still didn't cop it.
Yeah.
Until, as the gang go inside the warehouse, Zoe appears.
Yeah.
Like Frenchie's response.
Oh no.
Just no, not you. But I feel like it should be Kimiko who should be a bit more like, oh no, not you. Because like Kimiko was the one who got the worst part of that deal.
Yeah, she got her arm chewed off. Little baby hand. Just missing.
But just as she's about to attack you here, Stan saying, put him away, kiddo.
Yeah.
He says, Starlight, I was expecting Marie. I assume she's
running late. And she's like, well, no, she's actually not going to be here, but she did set up the meeting.
Yeah, I heard about your meeting a while back.
We need you to tell us everything you know about V1.
He just turns around and it's just like, oh, of course, because you want to know why your virus didn't work on Soldier Boy.
That virus that you're cooking up with William Butcher.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, you think I didn't know? He's so sassy.
He is so sassy, and I still love Stan, but yeah, there's a bit later on where I'm like, oh no, Stan, you've got to go.
Yeah.
But we don't get there yet. Kind of convinces him overall, because he's like, look, if Homelander gets this,
it doesn't matter.
He's going to find you. Yeah. He's got all the time in the world to find you because he'll be immortal.
Yeah.
So you may as well help us. Stan relents and takes them down to the bunker. When they get down there, Frenchie has that great line about the 0.1%. Watch the world burn from their
luxury
bunkers. It's better than that, but I was like, very nice line. Followed by a line that I really didn't like.
Yeah, it was
Hughie
weird.
talking about the Vibro Mango Thunder, where he says it's like a 7-Eleven fucked a Trader Joe's.
Behind something?
Behind a third thing. I think it's Arby's. And I was just like, no, it's
too far.
It's just trying too hard.
Yeah.
It's just trying too hard. And there's just something about the dialogue this season.
Yeah.
Some of the lines still great. Some of the lines just
weird.
Really not hitting. But it turns out the source of the smell that Hughie is upset with is Maverick.
Yeah, because he's with Edgar now.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, Maverick.
Yeah, and then also, oh, what?
Why are you there?
And the comment about how he's trying to make his own teenage kicks.
Yeah, and M's like, hang on, you've got Maverick, you've got Zoe, and you've got Marie Moreau.
Yeah, and he just turns to him and just so deadpans, I believe the children are the future.
I believe the children are our future.
Brilliant. So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, he's wearing pants. He is spraying himself with copious amounts of what I can only assume or something like similar to like Lynx Africa.
Yeah, I assume it's supposed to be, or
it's one of those
for American listeners.
Yeah, but those. I do miss their old ads.
The
dude standing on the beach
spraying himself. Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Some of them were great. But yeah, Maverick is there because Stan has taken him in and
told him the truth about what happened to his dad.
Yeah, because he says to Starlight, he's like, hey, you wouldn't have seen me since I was a kid when you sang at my dad's funeral. And she's like, oh, Maverick, why aren't you in Godalkin? And he's like, fuck that place and fuck Vought.
Yeah.
Stan told me what really happened.
And there you all go,
Yeah. Homelander killed my father. Can you believe that shit? And they look at Stan, and Stan just kind of gives them a look.
Yeah.
And
I was like, what? Who are you to judge?
Yeah, I assume. And
I dare you to contradict me. Are you going to out yourselves? Because you know that he knows that they're the ones that killed.
It wasn't for their protection that he did it.
No,
it's to get Maverick
his own,
turned against Vought and against Homelander so that he can be better protected. Because, their response of like, oh, can you believe that guy's such a fucker? Oh, I've been saying it for ages.
It's so bad.
That I did like, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
But I mean, how else would you react?
Know.
Like, like, oh, fuck yeah, because we did kill him. Once they get over that kind of initial shock and the kids are our future line, Stan brings out all his files that he has from Frederick Vought and tells them about the fact that he was the chief physician in Dachau and stuff that we know from Gen V, but characters don't know in world.
Yeah, and how he murdered thousands in the camps.
To only ever have 5 successes.
One of which being Soldier Boy.
Yeah, one of which being they had
2 of them. So we know who
Soldier Boy and Stormfront.
His own wife.
The other 3
were presumably either American or survivors from the camp.
It'll be interesting to see now because I just kind of assumed Bombsight, Private Angel, and Torpedo. I just kind of assumed that the 3 of them were going to be American GIs as well, but it would be interesting to see if there is any successes from Dachau, or were they all, or was... No, I feel like there have to be at least 1, actually. Because if there's 4 successes in America, that means Stormfront is the first successful
one from Germany.
Do you really think he'd give his wife...
Yeah, no, he would have had to have had at least 1 stable one before her.
I think, and
so there's 1 running around, and it might be Private Angel.
Purely because genetics, it's worked on one woman. It might be more likely to work on another woman, unless
And also breeding Ubermensch.
Yeah, unless then one of the others had some, could be like maybe a brother or a relation, and that's why. But yeah, I'd say there'd have to be at least one
before
from the Dachau side before he'd give it to his own wife. Or he really didn't like her. Or she was just that gung-ho that when he was getting close, she was like...
Because we'd already seen the scientists do that worked with Godolkin, being like, oh yeah, we're pretty sure it's stable, and then, you know, ass tentacles.
Yeah.
And that poor fucker who just caught fire. If you haven't watched Gen V, there is a good bit of, like, in between, like, we saw a good bit of the experimentation with Compound V and stabilising that.
Yeah, because as it turns out
with Project Odessa.
That they spent, even after these 5... From
they
what
then
we know
went
from
on
Gen
to
V and from what Stan says here,
another iteration of it
that still wasn't stable.
Yeah,
it wasn't until we get to the V that all of the normal supes have that's the stable version that's not as strong. But that was obviously the trade-off.
Yeah,
they were like, we'll take one that's far
and they
more
age.
predictable.
They don't have the immortality.
Well, yeah. Plus, you probably don't want a whole bunch of
like
immortal supes running around. That many of them, like unless you can properly control them.
Yeah.
But Stan explains basically that when he came over. He had his successes as soon as they got the new V.
They scrubbed
everything to do with the old V because they didn't want any links to Dachau. So nearly every single file to do with V1 is gone.
Did he say he defected or did he come over as part of Operation Paperclip?
I think he defects just towards the end of the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is because otherwise Soldier Boy wouldn't be able to storm the beaches at Normandy in inverted commas. But is it there as well? I think that finds the...
Oh, there's stuff that's encrypted and he's like, look, it's 1940s encryption technology. Give me an error at my laptop.
Yeah.
We'll crack it. And he's like, well, you're welcome to try.
While they're all having that chat, Hughie sees Zoe. I think she's just come back in from talking to Ryan, but before she runs off...
No, she's not going. She's going off to meet Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's just before she meets Ryan.
Yeah.
Hughie tries to approach her and apologise.
And she's like, fuck you. You promised us we'd be safe. And I woke up alone with my mom's torn in half body.
Yeah, that I thought was
I was like, you
fucking rough.
Yeah.
Because
they left her.
We talked about it at the time.
We were
and
like, Jesus,
assumed...
where the Christ is...
because there was still 1 or 2 of the Secret Service dudes left alive. Yeah. Butcher didn't kill them. And when we saw her go to Red River, we assumed they just took her away and handed her over. Still not great, but better than the poor girl waking up alone with her. Because she gets knocked aside and obviously knocked out before her mom dies.
He killed the 2 Secret Service agents or something.
Or they just fucked off without her, which is probably what happened. Or they
waited outside for like the rest of their
relief teams she wakes up to her mom dead alone. I was like, that is brutal.
And then,
do not blame her for being upset with Hughie.
Butcher has taken her dad. Well, she doesn't even know at this point that her dad is alive and that Butcher has him.
Yeah.
As far as she's concerned, he's the reason she's lost both her parents.
Yeah.
Because her mom would have never agreed to meet with Butcher if Hughie hadn't promised.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's not hearing it. And I'm assuming the way that conversation goes down is why
he tries so hard with Maverick later on. It's like, stop.
Because
you are going to get yourself in trouble. And he does.
He does, yeah, because after, I think actually MM's thing about first finding Fort Harmony.
Yeah. Oh, and there's stuff that's like redacted and they're like, hey, there's a scanner back in Butcher's place. Think it would be strong enough because it's like hand redacted. So a scanner might be strong enough to actually be able to still read the text. So they take some of that stuff and head Frenchie and Kimiko take some of that and head off.
Yeah, but it's what MM
uncovers. They keep coming up with things to do with Fort Harmony, and they're like, "Oh, when
he decrypts it in the first place, that's where they get the first Fort Harmony mention, and then they find
the map with the little blurry square,
and the one with all the stuff redacted has Fort Harmony mentioned at the top.
Yeah,
as you say, they make the plan to go off and get the scanner, and then Hughie goes off to talk to Maverick.
Yeah. But yeah, because when they're Frenchie and Kimiko go to leave, Kimiko's like, I've been watching a lot of porn and I want to try cunnilingus. And Stan's just like, what on earth?
No, I don't understand. MM's like, you don't want to.
Yeah, and I was like, are they trying to make her like, I've forgotten his name.
Quagmire?
No, Castiel. I learned it from the Pizza Man. And it's just not hitting right.
it's like, I don't know, every second or third line that she has is great. Like, I like that line about that line there, but then the one she has later about how fucked they are and how it's like,
a whole description,
DP blah 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 blah,
and he's
blah.
Like, no more porn, and
that's a terrible line.
Yeah,
but then when
Hughie's
like, how about no more porn for you, and she's like, no. That's great, but the line that precedes it I thought was crap.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the dialogue. Some of it. It's not like it's all crap, but some of it's not great. And it tends to be the cruder stuff that's not landing.
Yeah.
And it's not because we're,
no, it's
holding up purses when they say it or anything.
No, it just seems very not out of character, but just really out of place for the character.
Well, and also normally when the boys write lines, like when the show gives us lines like that, they land.
Yeah, these ones aren't, and I don't know why.
I also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I said it off air, definitely. I found that the gross out points weren't hitting in episodes 1 and 2 either. No. Like, the worm stuff was kind of funny, but I just... Like,
the worm stuff was like Acme cartoonish funny, which I appreciated. I needed some levity because everything else that was going on with that was so fucking depressing.
But the rock hard stuff didn't land for me at all. I didn't think that was really funny at all. Whereas like some of the other gross out stuff they've done in all the other seasons has been great. So yeah. Anyway, to move back to Hughie and Maverick having a conversation.
Yeah, which is a weird, awkward conversation. And then like Hughie being like, I lost my dad, and talking about grief and stuff like that, and he's like, yeah, whatever.
Maverick's like, Maverick's like, I hear you're going after Homelander, I can help. And Hughie's like, no, it's a bad idea, you don't want revenge, like, it doesn't help at all. Well, first he tells him to tone it down on the Vibro Mango Thunder. Yeah. And Maverick says it reminds him of his dad because he was part of the first campaign.
Yeah, disappear into freshness.
And then all the other stuff that we just said. And towards the end of the conversation, Annie calls Hughie over and she's like, stop. Like, just fucking stop.
Stop talking to him. What are you doing?
Frenchie and the female, we check back in with them at a gas station.
Yeah, they're filling up. Well, we got the
before that,
Noir have been sent on a mission.
Yes, that's right. My apologies.
Because they're in the Deep has a Cybertruck now.
The Deep Cybertruck and his soldier boy Envy.
Yeah, and he's blasting Rolling by Limp Bizkit,
going on about Soldier Boy and being like,
he's a Nepo daddy,
and the hair does all the work for him and all this stuff.
And he's like, seriously, Homelander didn't ask me to come along, and
like really
just,
didn't even mention me at all.
Him. But he didn't ask these two guys, and it pulls back, and it's Dognot and Cindy in the back seat.
And he's like, why are these two guys here?
It's fucking brilliant, because the way he's going on about Soldier Boy, you think it's just him and Noir in the car. Yeah. But these two are just in the back listening to this. Yeah. And then he's like, why are they even here? And Dognot immediately shows why by sticking his head out the window and comes back in and is like, yeah, keep going the way we're going. Yeah. But then gives the Deep like a little conciliatory pat on the shoulder, like, it's okay, buddy. And then because they are supposed to be friends. Yeah. Then he asked Cindy what her story is.
And her story
is amazing.
Is fucking brilliant.
The delivery. The little sideways glasses.
If I can get the grab, I'll actually put it in there because it's just so good.
My story?
Yeah.
I was born on a sugar bush, maple farm. One day when I was 5, my parents died in a tidal wave of molasses. Then I was raised by 4 geese and an agoraphobic fox in a crystal cave where they taught me the ways of the soil and the salts until Gerald, that's the eldest goose, revealed to me that he's the reincarnation of Robin Williams. And then he took me on his egg-shaped spaceship to Orc because Mork and Mindy is a Netflix documentary. Orson married us. And the rest is history.
She has an absolutely amazing voice. I want to hear her do like voiceover work.
Most of their work is
stunt work.
Because they were on The Expanse and they were on some other. I think they were on Stranger Things, but they do an awful lot of like creature work.
Yeah.
I can't remember their name. They've got a really cool name, and I think it was probably going to be really hard to pronounce. So I'll let you worry about that one. But yeah, the whole thing about being raised by the fox. The agoraphobic fox and the geese. Just the way, the deadpan delivery the whole way through. And even the bit about, Gerald, that's the eldest geese, back into the story. Like, perfect
And he's like,
delivery.
And Homelander invited you?
Personally. And just to illustrate what we were talking about a minute ago, all that dialogue, every single line of dialogue in that horrible Cybertruck is great. I loved all of it. Like, and Cindy's rant, brilliant. And then, with the Deep being like, really? Homelander asked her? Personally.
Their name is S. Huldmoser?
Yeah, the first name is just S, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I knew the second name I wouldn't be able to pronounce it all.
Performance artist, contortionist, and aerial performer. They were also in Avatar.
And absolutely brilliant at delivering an insane monologue.
It is fantastic.
It's
and
so
you
good.
do. I was like, oh yeah, well they were in Sage Grove for a really long time.
Yeah,
They could also just be genuinely.
I want to know. They are. But I want to know how they got recruited. When Cindy escaped from Sage Grove, there was, you see her hitchhiking down the road.
Yeah.
And then there was the bit about the hitchhiker murdering people on the 7-on-7, and then there was nothing.
Until they showed up at the end to help capture Starlight. Well, failed to capture Starlight and Hughie.
But in the VNN segment, Black Noir was supposed to be going out to track down this serial killer.
I don't know.
So did Black Noir find out it was a soup?
Yeah.
And then Homelander was just like, recruit them.
Yeah.
Because at that point, Homelander was already on his kind of...
I'm better than you.
Well,
he's
supes
gathering.
versus human kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that they did include her.
Yeah.
And particularly that they gave her this bit there before her end later on in the episode. Because, that was fucking great. But then as that scene ends, the Cybertruck cut back to the outside of it, driving past the petrol station where Frenchie and the female are filling up their van. And Frenchie says it's the entourage of cars.
He has a fairly normal response to seeing a Cybertruck in the wild.
Well, he hates entourage. Do you not remember when they're getting on the plane for when they're going to Russia?
Yeah.
And he says it is but for the stupid and the damned.
Yeah.
I think is what he says. So that is what the Cybertruck is for. The stupid and the damned. And then they have a conversation
that they probably should have had a while back.
I can.
Yeah.
Like they're actually only fairly in the early days of their relationship.
Yeah, and everything's been very
and they have known each other. They have known each other for years, but given the way in which they have known each other for the last few years,
and the life that they've led, it's not exactly been,
not the kind of conversation you bring up with people amongst all of that.
Like her Kimiko being like, I just want a home. Yeah, nobody can fault you that except for the Bernadoodle. I will always fault you for a doodle.
I absolutely understand Frenchie's reasoning for wanting to do what he does, and not just because he's that kind of person, but Frenchie wants to be free of a leash.
Yeah, he's been
Frenchie doesn't want to be.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to be tied down to anything because he's been tied down to people and situations for so long. And again,
I love the way he's like, I can DJ in Berlin. I was like, really?
Can you? And again, like you said, I can completely understand where Kimiko's coming from. She's never had stability or any kind of family life beyond. And her idea
of freedom is completely different.
The freedom to love and build a family
and not have to constantly be on the run.
So I can understand both of them.
Frenchie wants to travel because he wants to. Kimiko just doesn't want to travel anymore.
They'd want to sort it out pretty quick though, because there's only 5 episodes left.
Actually, they might all die at the end.
I was just about to say that's probably set up for the two of them fucking dying, because now we know they both want completely separate things. They can't have a happy life together.
Nope.
Which means one or both of them is going to fucking die. And
in fairness, I've already thought that a few people have died.
What?
Like, been like, oh no, in this, they do a couple
with the dying thing later on, But, take Frenchie. At this point, I'm like, just fucking take Frenchie. After last season, I don't care. He's ruined him. But Kimiko is like, she can talk now and she's got growth. But I think that's probably why they decided to suddenly give them vastly different ideas of what the life together will be.
Yeah.
But they kind of finished that conversation with like, okay, yay. And
awkward. Let's go finish doing the thing we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, so they head on the rest of their way back to Butcher's base, and back in the bunker we see the guys are watching the protests.
Yeah.
The Starlighter protests.
Yeah, like everyone, because they've been rounding up Starlighters, people have taken to the streets, there's rioting, there's cars on fire. It's very French.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay.
Well, Stan is like, round and round we go.
Yeah, like this won't change
insurgency, counterinsurgency. This is
Sage's plan.
He could just see it playing out exactly as she wants it to. Oh, and it's there actually that finishes his decryption.
Oh, yeah.
If they look up Fort Harmony, see that it's still greyed out, which means it's still probably top secret.
Yeah.
So that's likely where the V1 is.
Or if there is going to be, like, that was probably where all the experimentation was going on. If there's going to be any left anywhere, that'll be where it is. It's going to be.
And then an alarm goes off.
Purple alert.
Well, it's not quite purple alert, but that's okay because while it's not purple alert, it is the big fucking Stargate door.
Yeah.
It's the Cheyenne Mountain big door.
He makes the point to say it's the same one.
It's the same one from NORAD at Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah, it's the big door.
Yep. And he's like, it's all right. We've got that big door. And then
big door.
Then he realized it's not a mini big door. It's the same size.
It's not that fucking, like, no, the big door in Cheyenne Mountain is fucking huge.
That's the inner big door in Cheyenne Mountain.
Mini big door.
There's 2 big doors in Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah, but the one that they closed with the dude running through is huge.
But that's not that door. That door that he's talking about is the inner door.
This is the one above the elevators.
No, it's just further inside.
Alright.
But they do like to use Stargate things because the underground bunker from...
Oh, that was definitely set.
With Singer. That had to have been the Stargate tunnels. I think we said it at the time.
Yeah, we were like, hey, that's like level 28.
That's where Stan is like, hang on a second. Where's Zoe?
Turns out she's gone out a service hatch. Now, we saw her after she had the kind of altercation with Hughie. She went up this service hatch and came out and was like looking around and was like, oh, how can you get out? And that's when she has the meeting with Ryan, and he's like,
I think she does come back. She comes back down, and then
she does come back down, but then she leaves again, like because she storms away from him, but then she takes the opportunity to leave after that. So
she leaves when she hears the scanner plan because she thinks they're going back to where Butcher is.
Yeah. And she overhears then everything going on and then sneaks back out the convenience service tunnel.
Yeah.
And hides in the back of the van. Because when they get out and go in, she then hops out and sneaks in. And that's when she discovers Butcher's other big secret.
Well, she thinks that it is Butcher initially. Cause
she's got the snakes out.
And then as she gets closer, she's like, wait a second.
Because he turns over.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, Dad.
Takes him a second.
Because he's got to put his glasses on.
Well, also, he thinks she's dead.
Yeah.
They both think
each other is dead. Yeah.
Well, she doesn't know he's dead, but she wasn't expecting to find him anyway. They immediately start trashing the place.
Yeah, well, they find out, presumably, they find out what the plan is, and, like, she's a supe now, so he can't have a virus that kills
Well, I think
them.
he knew he would have known anyway.
Yeah.
Because she got it in season 3, and we met him in season 4.
Yeah, and Butcher probably would have told him.
But, yeah, he would certainly not want the virus out and about now that his daughter is still alive.
Yeah.
Because it'll kill her too.
Yeah.
So they start trashing the place.
Yeah, they bleach them all.
Frenchie tries to stop them.
Yeah, because they'd been using the scanner in the other room, and they burst in and are like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? And Frenchie pulls out a handgun, and he's like, turns to Zoe and is like, please do not make me shoot your papa. Yeah. It's like, why would you ask a kid that?
Because she's about to attack and kill him. And he knows the only way that he can get her to not is if you attack me, I'll kill your dad. But it doesn't come to that, thankfully. Kimiko intervenes and says, no.
We're going to let them go.
We're going to let them go.
Like, we've taken enough from both of them as well. Like, they deserve to go.
And Frenchie's like, but she tried to kill us.
It doesn't matter. We killed her mom.
Yeah, and Kimiko's response is, doesn't matter. She doesn't deserve to grow up like us.
No.
So let her go with her dad. And
off
they
do. Go.
And there's a nice little kind of just look between Zoe and Kimiko as they leave. Then there's the bit that we talked about last week where Butcher...
They have the altercation with Butcher that Ryan sees.
Yeah, Frenchie steps up and covers Kimiko this time.
Yeah.
Then they head back to the bunker while Butcher heads off after Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, they don't head back to the bunker.
They don't head back to the bunker at all. They stay where they are.
Later on. But back at the bunker.
The bunker is being breached.
Yeah. They ask if they can leave the same way that Zoe left.
Yeah.
And Stan
basically
goes,
the 4 fucking idiots have shown up. Well, the 3 musketeers and an idiot.
Yeah, I was going to say there's 1 idiot and 3 capable superheroes. Yeah,
there's 3 of them. Noir stays outside patrolling, and the Deep, Cindy and Dognot are inside. They go straight to the big door because Dognot's nose leads them there. And they're like, no, it's okay, the door will hold.
Yeah.
And she starts to bend it, but the door holds.
Yeah.
And MM's like, you gotta be strapped.
Yeah, once they realise that they're stuck down there and they can't go out.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, they're going to break through. Like, oh, there's an emergency hatch, but it's out where Noir's patrolling.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you got to be strapped. Come on, it's an apocalypse bunker.
Yeah, what you got?
Show me the goods. Going through the different hard shell cases, and they find then a big one of cigars.
And they're just like, let's stop and enjoy this.
No, he's like, oh, I've been looking for these. This is where you are. Hello.
But it takes the time, yeah. Like,
Fine cigar. Would you like to partake?
They have a cigar and a chat about MM's dad.
Yeah, because that was interesting. He was like, I remember your father.
Yeah, MM's like, I can't believe I'm sitting here talking to smoking cigars with fucking Vought.
No, and like there is respect there talking about like all.
Oh, it's great. I love the line from Edgar there. Yeah,
all these lawyers, they don't work weekends and holidays.
30 Ivy League and Harvard lawyers.
But he could never win.
Yeah, for the same reason that you'll never win, saying to MM.
The capitalist machine.
Yeah, just gives his little rant about the machine and the capitalist machine and how it always needs to be fed.
Yeah, because after
and if it's not superheroes, it'll be something else because corporations have to continuously grow. Yeah, and that's why Stan is the biggest villain of them all.
Yeah, because
Stan is a villain that we have in the real world.
And Twigs, he's like, oh, when this is all over, you're going to take over Vought again. Yeah. It's like, well, when this is all said and done, there's going to put a bullet in your skull.
And he should, because, Stan is 100% believes in that system that he was just talking about. Like, Stan doesn't care about all of the bad stuff that it creates, because as far as Stan's concerned, it's always going to be there. So he may as well be on the side where he can take advantage of it instead of something that gets chewed up by the machine. He'll try and be a big cog in the machine. But no, you can change the machine, Stan. Yeah. you can tear down that whole fucking machine. This is why you must rage against start again. Yes, And it starts by taxing the rich. Yeah. And if they don't let us, then eventually it will become eat the rich.
Democratic socialism never hurt anybody.
No, but
when used accordingly and proper oversight.
Yeah, no, just socialism in general doesn't have to be necessarily like
a rising tide raises all boats.
There's a bunch of different socialism models and a whole lot of them work. But what doesn't work is letting the billionaires take all of the wealth. Yeah. Because eventually people are left with nothing, and when they're left with nothing, they have nothing to lose. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, in fairness, there's been how many warehouse? I think it was like 37 warehouse fires so far.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up, but that was what I was kind of going at. It's like eventually when people feel like they have absolutely nothing to go for. Yeah. And I mean, hey, look, what's better than struggling and worrying about rent and food? Well, if I'm in prison for 5 years, at least I don't have to worry about renting. Anyway, enough trying to radicalise people. Yeah, MM has the same opinion as us.
Yeah, he's going to put a bullet in your fucking skull.
He's going to put a bullet in Stan's skull.
I think he's also going to do it for the honour of his dad. But I did enjoy it as well because it did give MM a bit of reassurance that everything his dad did wasn't for nothing. Because it's like 30 years my dad fought them. Yeah. But no, it was like, no, your dad...
He had an individual win,
But
ultimately...
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great to hear that. Yeah, no.
Sweat,
Yeah, no, I particularly like that.
And you just know that he was like, Sam would have been like, if I could have just gotten him on my side.
I would love to have had him working for him. Yeah,
because I thought he was like, we even tried to recruit him at one point.
But you'd never recruit that man.
So I love that little bit of, because we're never going to get his actual mom. That's never going to happen. But we did get the mention of his sibling, of his dad ignoring his two kids.
Yes.
I think it's the only time you get the mention.
That was something that was that in the rewatch when MM is first talking about
what happened with
Soldier Boy. And he says that he doesn't want to pass the disease on to Janine. It's that conversation, and he says that his dad ignored his two sons. Yeah. And we were like, fuck, I can't believe I missed it. It's the only time his brother has ever been mentioned. And it's after the Soldier Boy incident. Yeah. So his brother was still alive then, at least. Anyway, I completely forgot about that. But after the conversation...
he finds the holothing.
He finds the holothing.
He's like, yeah.
So
off we go.
They go off and they recruit Maverick to go up with the holothing to gas a lot of them.
And they all come up then and get him back. So he strips off and off he goes. But what they forgot about is the fucking V Mango Blast body.
Before he gets caught.
Stuff.
Before he even leaves, Hughie's like, hey Maverick, be careful.
Be careful. And everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
And he pulls him aside and is like, will you fucking stop it? Please. You're not going to be able to help him. And has this little thing about how he just wants the cycle to end.
We can't keep, what we're going to do, keep killing people and then their kids find out.
Come after us.
What we do, we kill their kids.
Yeah, and then their kids will come after us.
What the fuck? It's that, is it an Edgar Allan Poe story? The one about the wizard who puts the curse on the family and when they get to a certain age they die, but it turns out it's not a curse, he's just breaking in and murdering them.
That sounds like an Edgar Allan Poe.
It's either Poe or
not
Lovecraft. Sure. Yeah, that kind of a thing of like, is this just going to be a generational thing where like every 15 to 20 years, like a Supes kid shows up?
Yeah, because we've killed him and then we have to deal with that again. And he gives him a kiss and tells him that she was just so used to people trying to stop things from getting worse.
That nobody's trying to make things better.
It's nice to be around somebody who's actively trying to make things better.
Yeah.
Then, Maverick heads up the elevator and more or less, immediately. He sneaks past Nora, okay.
Yeah.
But then immediately gets caught because Dognot
is like, this burns my nose.
Hey, I got an invisible kid here who smells like fucking...
Yeah.
I don't think he says Vibro Mango Thunder, but he says whatever, and he's like, here, take him away from me. It stings my nostril.
Yeah.
Deep cops on immediately. He's like, holy shit,
Maverick. And he's like, you were my dad's best friend. What the fuck? And he's like, he tells him the truth about what actually happened with his dad. Because he's like, Homelander killed my dad. Yeah. And he's like, no, it was Butcher's crew.
Yeah.
Like, they blew him up, stuffed him in a lead-lined box.
That French guy and Annie's boyfriend, Hughie.
Yeah, and like threw him in the East River. I know, I was there.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And they're watching on the cameras inside. And they're like, does it look like Deep's talking to an invisible person?
Kid.
And that's when you get the brilliant shit from Edgar. Because there have been
is it a series of shits or fucks?
No, it's shit.
Yeah. They're like, shit. And then they put in the code and the door opens and it's shit. And then Cindy turns to the camera and smushes it. And Edgar just goes, shit.
And then they all leg it, but he gets to the door first because he's a fucking...
Yeah, he gets to the door and closes it and he's on the other. It's a classic horror villain move. Like,
it's aliens. You open the fucking door.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It's there as well.
The 4752 cubes.
Yeah, where you're running away from something
and you lock yourself out thinking you're safe.
Thinking that the people on the other side will get caught. But no,
and he mouths something and then gets taken out by Noir. Hilariously, and they're like, "Ooh, instant karma."
Hughie's like,
but there's
whatever he
hit that emergency thing that he hit. There's no power in the bunker, and he can't. There's not enough for Annie to draw off of.
Yeah.
So she's basically like not powerless, but
she can't use her.
She can't
starlight powers. Yeah. So
they're like, shit. We have to go out the front.
Yeah, Hughie gets a gun off MM, and the two of them head out with the guns, and Annie doesn't need one. Back up on the surface, Nora takes Edgar over to Deep and puts him in the van, cyber truck.
What did you call him? Brobocop?
Brobocop, yeah.
It's like, hey, Brobocop. And they put him in, and then Deep, in a weird turn of events, pulls the pin on the halothane canister,
chucks it in
and closes the door. And then doodles around.
Waits for it to take effect and knock out
pulls
Nora
out.
And we were like, what the fuck is going on?
Pulls Nora out, dumps him on the side of the road, and then leaves.
Yeah, I go, sorry bro, I really need the win. And we were like, brilliant, that's what he's doing.
Double crossing them. And he leaves. Meanwhile, there's like, they've come across the three of them.
Yeah, so MM and Annie get attacked by Dognot.
Yeah, so it's Annie v Dognot, take two.
Yes, he does seem to get the upper hand in the fight.
Yeah.
Again, she doesn't have the full power reserve that she needs. And MM comes in with the Vibro Mango Thunder, gets him in the face.
Yeah, he basically maces him and then hits him with what I assume is a fire extinguisher by the noise of it.
Yeah, sounds like one. Yeah, they take turns smacking him. MM with the fire extinguisher and Annie with the fists. And then
knock him out. I assumed he's knocked out.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's knocked out but not dead.
Yeah.
Because
meanwhile,
Maverick has found Hughie.
You killed my dad, and is this why you were being
all like? Why you were being so fucking weird to me.
Yeah, and telling me to like let it go because you knew that.
Like Hughie's lied about. He's like, cold comfort, but I killed my dad too.
And he's like, you fucking psycho.
Yeah, you probably could have explained that one a bit better.
Yeah. He's like, you fucking psycho. And it starts. The invisible fight is so good. The invisible fight is amazing.
It's nearly better than the very first one in episode 1 because it's pure invisible.
Yeah.
Like the first episode 1 is great for the overhead shot of Translucent going through all
smashing through everything. Yeah.
And then when he gets the blood spat on him, it looks great. But I like this one because
you just see the interaction with the environment when he hits him with the golf club.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't want to hurt you. Wang! And bends the golf club around him. For shame, Edgar does not have carbon fiber. That's a good old-fashioned fucking metal one.
That would be better for Hughie's purposes.
Yeah. Although you should have hit him with the wood.
Well, I don't think it'd make that much of a difference.
Big old fat head on it.
It took a whole helicopter blade to actually knock him out
the last time,
in Gen V.
But the fight in the bedroom is fucking brilliant.
It's great, yeah.
And then it's interrupted by Cindy.
So Cindy eventually comes into the room when Maverick has just knocked Hughie to the ground.
Yeah.
And she brings up her hands and goes swoosh, and we see a giant explosion
of blood everywhere.
Just as Annie has come into the room behind her
and she's
to
screaming.
See Hughie on the ground, and Cindy go play, and she grabs Cindy and snaps her neck, like just straight away.
Yeah, and
Cindy
then
drops to the ground dead, and
to like break down. And as she's starting to kind of process, you see
Hughie appears
behind her.
It was Maverick.
She got Maverick.
Yeah, he's like, she got Maverick. I'm okay. And even I was worried for a split second.
I was like, oh fuck, no. And then she got Maverick.
Because I was like, the whole...
They had said don't be precious.
They had, and I believe
and like them. Taking out Hughie. And I was like, it's a bit too early in the season though. Like if they are going to kill him, it'd probably be about episode 6.
Oh yeah,
to, like,
it was...
Rampage 7 in episode 7 and then wrap up in episode 8.
But you know, I've talked about whether or not there's weight to it.
Yeah, there's no way. That one was...
That's what I was going to say. There was weight to that one,
response.
But they didn't leave it long enough for us to be worried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gave us the answer before.
Straight away.
But they did put weight to that one.
Yeah.
Because for a second I was like, ooh. And no, he's okay. And he is... He's
entirely covered in blood again, because that's the Hughie special.
And he is very, very upset. But for the minute, they're all okay.
Yeah.
And they head back to Butcher's, where they have a little bit of a catch-up.
They're like, the virus is all gone.
Yeah, so they find...
So they don't have a virus now.
Yeah.
They don't know how long it's going to take to, like,
Frenchie's like, we do have more information about Fort Harmony. We were able to decode it. And they're like, great, what is it?
They talk about all this group of Boy Scouts.
Of Boy Scouts got murdered there in 1963.
Their
they're like,
chests were ripped open.
That doesn't help.
Okay.
At least not now. It doesn't help anyway.
But like when they were like their rib cages were all ripped open, I was like, ooh, tentacles.
Well, no, it was 1963, so it could just be shitty experimentation on the kids there.
Yeah,
but that would be pretty horrible. But we might find out. I reference to that next week because they probably wouldn't have given us that specific bit of information about the Boy Scouts.
They're gonna go to Fort Harmony.
But they can't.
The culmination. The only lead they have now is Fort Harmony, and praying that there is something there. Because now the race is to get that before Homelander, because if Homelander gets V1, nobody is safe.
Yeah. One thing actually I've just realised we skipped over is throughout the episode there's a couple of conversations about whether or not V1 can be used as like a cure or an
protection,
immunity.
Against that.
Hughie
and
first suggests it for
giving
Annie
it to Maverick.
and Kimiko.
Yeah.
Then he suggests it for Maverick. Then when
Kimiko's
and Frenchie
having
are talking, they're like, I think it will really work. So
it
there
could give
is
us
a
more
potential
time.
for
if they take it, number one, will it work? And will it protect them from in their blood?
And he has that great line about you get
the load of chest sticks.
Yeah.
Which makes me think, is that what happened to the Boy Scout troop? Did they get chest bursted?
Possibly. I'd say we'll find out.
Because Butcher's coming out through his chest. And it does always sound squelchy.
I'd say we'll find
came out through the chest as well.
Yeah. I'd imagine we'll find out because that's probably where they're going next week. And there's going to be some sort of, I'd say there'll be a flashback of some kind like we got with Godolphin in Gen V Season 2. But that's what the plan is now. Yeah. All they can do is hope that the V1 is out there somewhere. And Annie and Hughie go outside and have... Well,
Annie kind of gets up and she's quite distressed, and he's like, hey, I'm okay. And she's like, yeah, but I'm not. And I thought you were dead and I can't deal with this. And it was better for me when I was alone because I didn't have to worry about you, which is ultimately why he was safe in her mind in the camp, because nothing bad was gonna
well, he wasn't going to die in there,
not
whereas
like that.
He could die out with
every
her.
Single time.
And that just put it into stark contrast for her. But I totally understand why she does kind of run off. But why is she the one running off? I feel like she should be trying to convince Hughie to stay behind. Because the best plan of action is for them all to go and try and find V1 to try and stop Homelander. She's not going to be able to stop Homelander on her own.
No, but I think as well she's carrying this guilt of all the other Starlighter cells.
Oh, I know. All
that. And he's the one thing that she ultimately can't lose.
Yeah. But her best chance of not losing Hughie is by stopping Homelander, and the best chance of stopping Homelander is finding the V1 before he does. So I think like she should. I know she's very like she's not in right mind.
Yeah.
But like the sensible thing to do would be like try and convince Hughie to stay back from that plan. But back at the tower, the only little bit that we have to do with the tower
because we get the delivery of Edgar by the Deep to a blood-soaked Homelander who is disassociating like a motherfucker after pounding the pavement with his son.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he thinks he's killed him or not, or if he just thinks he's gone too far. He's definitely, he's not having a good time anyway.
No.
And Deep brings in Stan.
And is like, hey, look, I got you a present.
Yeah, and he sees Stan, he comes up to him and he grabs him by the face. And
then he hugs him. It's
like, oh, is he going to squish him?
No, and he's like, you and me have like big plans or something like that. And then he says,
I have such great plans for us or something along those lines.
Sounds like, oh shit.
Then all that there is to talk about was the bit that really, really, really worried us.
Oh yeah. So Butcher had been following Ryan, and he gets there in the aftermath of the big showdown, and Ryan's just lying there, very emotionless, and then the slow pan up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it was like, please just show us Ryan. Stop showing us Butcher's reaction and show us Ryan.
No. And he checks
show
his
us
pulse
Ryan.
And kind of
show
like
us Ryan.
Touches his face and he moves a little bit and you're like, oh, thank Christ.
I think an eye half opens and it was like, oh my God.
Oh, he just hurt him. He hurt him real bad.
Yeah.
But he's alive.
Yes.
Because if he had killed Ryan...
I know, I mean...
Like, I was like, no, you can't. Like, you can't.
I didn't think Ryan was safe this season any more than any of the rest of them.
I don't think he would have like just beat like.
But this early on, I was like, they wouldn't have killed him this early on, would they? Because if they had, there's nothing holding Butcher back.
Yeah.
At all. So maybe that was why I was like, they might, because this could be what sends Butcher finally 100% no chance of him ever coming back over the edge.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's alive could be what pulls Butcher back a bit.
Yeah.
Now Butcher has to...
He nearly lost him.
Well, but that's Butcher's fault.
Yeah.
Right there, that is Butcher's fault. Yeah. Now, Butcher did say,
Butcher riled him up.
Yeah, Butcher did want him to go in with the virus, but Butcher riled him up.
Yeah.
And he went
in... But when he was going in with the virus, there wasn't going to be any fighting. It was just going to be like... You draw him out, you throw it at him.
But
and that's it. Like, you didn't have to engage with him, essentially.
But he did the exact same thing that Mallory did to him.
Yeah.
Of pointed him at Homelander. And then didn't give him the tools to actually do the job.
Give me the tools, I'll finish the job.
Good old Churchill. But thankfully Ryan is alive.
Oh, yeah. Badly beaten.
Very, very badly beaten. I'd imagine he'll go with Butcher because he just doesn't have much of a choice right now.
Whether he'll stay with him is a different thing, or whether he'll realise, or maybe Annie might be able to talk some sense into him, or at least talk him around to her way of thinking. In like, look, we are trying to do this, but we're trying to do this another way. Is he going to go, does Butcher know anything about the V1 at this point?
Well, yeah, because Butcher wasn't there for that conversation.
Yeah, so
at the end.
So if they go without him,
so if they leave for Fort Harmony before Butcher gets back, I'd say next episode it'll be Butcher and Ryan together in his lab.
I have seen people talking about how the thing that might send Butcher over the edge is Homelander killing Terror.
I have seen a few people talk about that Terror might die, and I've already said it. Do not bring Terror back just to fucking kill him. Yeah. Okay?
I'd rather not have had the dog in it at all.
They wanted to do that moment from the comics. Why'd you kill my dog, Jack? Why'd you kill my dog? Why'd you kill my dog, Jack? That could be how the Deep goes out, actually. Yeah. I could see that being how the Deep goes out, and I could see it being something that Homelander sends the Deep to do. Yeah. Or to do something, and Deep fucks up, so he kills Terror instead. Yeah. There's already so many things that could send Butcher over the line completely anyway. We don't need for Terror to die for it to happen. But yeah, I think if they go to Fort Harmony without him, the next episode will be Butcher and Ryan dealing with what's just happened to Ryan. Yeah. If they don't, Butcher might just fuck off to Fort Harmony with them and leave maybe Kimiko or something to take care of Ryan. Yeah. But he's alive anyway, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because I was like, oh fuck.
But that finally covers everything to do with the third episode of season 5.
We got there in the end.
Every one of you sons of bitches. Shit. No, it doesn't.
Why? What did we miss? Sloane?
Something very important. Yeah, we missed Sloane.
Oh yeah, Sloane's an alpaca.
Way back when Maverick and Hughie are having one of their first conversations, he's like, trying to get him to focus on other things and let go. He's like, do you have a girlfriend? And he's like, actually I do.
Her name's Sloane.
She's an alpaca. So we have confirmation. Sloane is not a shape-shifting superhero.
She's an alpaca.
She's a sentient alpaca who's powered with V. But now I have more questions. I have confirmation, but I have even more questions about Sloane.
I have questions about the bestiality laws.
Well, it's because we said that...
Well, she can consent.
Well, exactly, she can.
Yeah.
But we said that in Gen V Season 2 when Emma has the line about how Maverick's not really into social justice. Or sorry, he's something to do with... But he's more into bestiality.
Yeah. And we were like, what?
We were like, ooh, that means it's leaning more towards Sloane being an alpaca and not a shapeshifter. And confirmation.
And apparently she's a dominant alpaca too, because he's always the one who was in like the ball gags and stuff.
She'll be sad now, though.
Yeah.
She'll be sad.
Aww.
Poor Sloane.
I do want to see her back though at some point.
I have more questions now. I got some answers and now I have more questions. That covers everything. Oh, we missed last week as well talking about the Deep's butthole tanning thing.
Oh my god, his perineum sunning.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get more like that. But yeah, no, overall, across the episode in its entirety, like, I did very much enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
Still had some issues with the dialogue, as we said. But the plot stuff...
Yeah, we got a big info dump about the first iteration of V, especially if you hadn't watched any of Gen V and the project, all the stuff about Project Odessa would bring you up to date. But it was also...
Yeah, it was a big kind of expo dump episode, but they do that often after that. There kind of needs to be a bit where they're like, right, slow down,
because they do talk about like he's like, oh, this is all Frederick Vaught's research, and you were like, no, there's a big old room in Godolkin, but that's all of his research recreate Vaught's stuff.
It did move some things along, like,
yeah, well, they found things now to do with his later research in the United States, so
yeah, like it was exposition heavy, but the gang are off to Fort Harmony now because of that exposition. Stan is back with Homelander.
Yeah,
that's pretty big. And Ryan nearly died. Yeah, that's also pretty big. Yeah. And Annie's fucked off on her own. Yeah. So like there is, because I saw
they fractured out again.
I saw some negative reviews for this episode that said that it was like literally just an expo dump and nothing actually happened to advance the plot. And I'm like, no, plenty did. Kind of, but there is also some plot stuff that happened as well. But no, I really enjoyed it. The dialogue thing is relatively minor, you know what I mean? It's just like a couple of lines piss me off. They're doing some
serious damage as well. Like, so far, they've taken out, in the riots breaking out, Love Sausage. Yeah. He got strangled out by
Cindy went today.
Cindy and Maverick. Presumably Dognot. Well, we don't know what's happened to Dognot.
I don't think he's dead.
With Noir.
Noir's not dead either.
They've just been stranded. They got the guys, the teenage kicks lads.
I fully expect that all the supes are going to die, or most.
But like just in 3 episodes, they've already done a significant amount of damage, and like they really did take a good old run at like fucking Soldier Boy.
But A-Train's the only one on the good side to have gone down so far. Yeah. So
I love the video that came out. That was like, if you're seeing this, I'm dead.
Yes, the Reggie one. Yeah, that was nice.
His name is Reggie.
But I'm just guessing because they gave us 2 very close to deaths on the good guy side this week.
We're probably going to lose somebody next week.
Somebody's dying next week.
Yeah.
I reckon somebody's dying next week. And it's probably not going to be Hughie or Ryan because they were the 2 kind of, not fake outs, but they were the 2 that didn't die this week. So maybe Frenchie or Kimiko go next week?
Probably Frenchie.
Because of the conversation they
had. It's hard to kill Kimiko.
I'm hoping, we're obviously hoping not MM.
You can't kill MM.
I don't think there's anything, like what they're doing with MM, it could be like we're seeing him go so hopeless and that he'll end up doing some big sacrifice at the end of the season. But I really hope it's not that.
Like Alice Spoon, come on you bastards.
Maybe, yeah.
I hope I give you the shits.
But I'm hoping it's not that, and I'm hoping it's that he has to find his way back kind of thing. But yeah, I have a feeling there probably will be a death next week. Yeah. And we'll be halfway through the season. And A-Train will be the only one gone on the good guy's side. So somebody's going next week, probably.
Most likely.
Better not be MM. Better not be Terror. After that, I kind of don't care. Well, not that I don't care. I'll deal with any of the rest of them. You know what I mean? Will hurt. But yeah, that covers it for every one of you sons of bitches. We will be back next week with episode 4. Maybe as 1 part, maybe as 2. We'll see how it goes. But as ever, thank you for joining us, guys. In the meantime, if you want, you can head back and listen to our previous episodes or our other podcasts, Monorants at the Movies and Death Rants, a Metalocalypse podcast. Or you can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono, on BlueSky at Monorants, on Instagram at Monorants_the_boys. Or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.